Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, somebody is looking for you and that person goes to a place to inquire. So when that person gets there, he is told that you are no longer there. So now the last three words of that response are no longer there would imply that you were there at some point, but you had left for another place. So that is the implication of that. As guys, I bring you this: insecurity. Osinbajo no longer part of Buhari's government. He has been left out. Bamgbose is the person saying this. So this person now is telling us that Osinbajo is no longer a part of Buhari's regime, and that of course would imply that Osinbajo was ever a part of Buhari's regime, which of course is a categorical lie. Osinbajo has never been a part of anything other than being like some bag boy that carries the bag behind Buhari as he goes about the important matter of brutalizing the Nigerian state. Osinbajo has never had any function within the Buhari government or the Buhari regime other than to go to market squares during election time and hand out 10,000 naira to market women. That is the only function that he has. So this person now telling us that he's no longer there is trying to obfuscate and to use sleight of hand to confuse and to deceive us, because there's a lie inherent in what this person is saying, that is no longer there, because that no longer implies that he was ever there. In one instance, it was ever there at some point, which of course is a categorical lie. Again, the headline: insecurity. Osinbajo no longer part of Buhari's government. He has been left out. A headline attributed to Bamgbose. So now let's now see who Bamgbose is and what he has to say. Bamgbose Esq, National Coordinator, Concerned Advocates for Good Governance, CAGG, on Monday claimed that President Muhammadu Buhari has left Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo out of the scheme of things. According to him, Osinbajo is no longer part of the decision-making caucus of the current administration, a situation he described as embarrassing. It is quite embarrassing that the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, has been left out of the scheme of things, Bamgbose told correspondents on Monday. He is not consulted or allowed to air his views about the security situation in the country. The senior lawyer accused the cabals of playing politics with the lives of the citizens, wondering how a government can comfortably be paying ransom to bandits all the time. Bamgbose noted that at this point, the bandits seem to have discovered that the abduction of students is becoming very lucrative. I have this strong feeling that he knows what to do to suppress the bandits, but most unfortunately, he is not carried along in the scheme of things. The cabals seem to be playing politics with the lives of the citizens. How can a government be paying ransom to bandits all the time, he queried. The insecurity situation ravaging the entire country is quite worrisome. The federal government seems to be helpless as killings, abductions, and kidnappings continue unabated. The situation no doubt has seriously affected the foreign investment. Foreign investors are no longer interested in Nigeria in view of the security challenges. Many have strongly criticized the Buhari administration for poor handling of the situation, but no visible or positive change. Things are getting worse day by day. The bandits are on a daily basis wreaking havoc on the citizens. The security agents are confused as to what to do to curtail the nefarious activities of the bandits and gunmen. So this is now Bangbose's position regarding the Vice President of Nigeria, the supposed and purported Vice President of Nigeria, but is Silence is the loudest echo within the Nigerian governance at the moment, the current administration. The silence of the Vice President of Nigeria, Yemi Osinbajo, is the loudest echo within this particular administration. So look at what is going on right across the board in the country. The Fulani headsmen ravaging the southwest, which, by the way, is where Osinbajo comes from. So I'll call him however I choose to pronounce it because his name is quite convoluted. I often refer to him as Osinbajo, but a lot of people will come and drag me in the comment section that as a Yoruba man, I should know how to pronounce his name, which is Osinbajo, but it's quite an unusual name, and I don't know if he's trying to be funky with the spelling because it doesn't quite gel with the ways that a Yoruba name will normally roll off the tongue, Osinbajo, rather than Osinbajo. So however it comes out, just ride with it with that. So the vice president of the country, Osinbajo, he has been quiet all the way through and is from the southwest, as I said. So now, not only, by the way, is he from the southwest, his wife is the daughter of Awolowo, or the granddaughter of Awolowo, should I say. His wife is the granddaughter of Awolowo. And the premier, if you are looking for one premier name within the Yoruba space, the one name that the Yorubas would immediately call to, that, okay, one Yoruba name, we give you Awolowo. That is the name. So that the foremost name in the Yoruba space, and within the Nigerian space, certainly one of the foremost names as well, but especially within the Yoruba space, the foremost name, Awolowo. The granddaughter of that man is Osinbajo's wife. So he and is a law professor as well. So it's quite a prominent name within Yoruba space, and you see a lot of these things going on within Yoruba land. We're not now asking the vice president of Nigeria to come out and start waving the Odudua flag and claiming Yoruba, but he's a law professor, is very articulate and erudite, and he has the language to communicate a signal without actually stepping outside of his role as the vice president of a nation, even talking about it in a nondescript, non-aligned sort of way. It's him still highlighting the fact that this is a problem, but you don't hear this guy's voice at all within that space. So now this guy now, this Bamgbose, coming out to tell us that Osinbajo is no longer part of the Buhari's government, of the Buhari government, is really trying to misdirect us, to try and use language to spin ideas into our subconscious, because of course telling us that it's no longer part of is to then imply that he was once a part of. So Osinbajo has been nothing more than a bad boy and the guy that they sent to market squares, and this will be his epithet for the administration. He came, he carried bags and handed out 10,000 naira in market squares. That would be the footnote of the entirety of Osinbajo's contribution to this particular unpleasantness. It's almost sinister evil, really. Unpleasantness is too tame a term to describe what we're going through in Nigeria at the moment. But certainly, where is Osinbajo is the question. This was a question that Nnamdi Kanu was asking not that long ago, and that question continues to reverberate. Nigeria proposed to be a democracy with a president and a vice, but then of course, where is the vice? We know who the vice of America is, Kamala Harris, but then who is the vice president of Nigeria? Empty space, so fill it in with a name. But before you come into the comment section to pick names, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all the clickings, Nnamdi Kanu was asking a few months ago that where is Osinbajo, and we were all mocking him, but that question still remains relevant. So where is Osinbajo? If you have seen him, then come give us a location in the comment section. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say Peace.